So there are as you say, some people would be only loyal to you because of what they can get.
No, so for personal gain, someone could be loyal to you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that is something that happens in everyday life. But respect
is earned.
Respect is earned. It's not given. Give me a whatever.
Respect is earned.
Exactly. It's not given. Yo, all gone people. You don't know. It's your boy, Big G, and my co-host,
the Bushmaster.
Alright, so we're back here with another banger. And let's get right into it. Yeah. So I want to ask you a question.
Come on.
Yeah. I want to ask you this question, and I want you to think about it before you answer.
Okay.
Because it's a very tricky question.
Is it something controversial or something?
A bit controversial. Many people would have their views on it, but here it goes. If you could only have one form of people in your life, what type of people would you want? People that respect you, or people that give you their loyalty?
Okay.
Which would you choose?
So, well, let me reword it so I understand your question properly. So you're asking if I could have one.
If you could have one.
From people.
Which
one would it be? Loyalty or respect? Dang.
The man said he's going to reward it.
Of course, you've got to reward because...
Yo, so you got to reward it just so you got...
Of course.
All right.
So I want to understand your question and put it in a way
simpler form.
I can break it down and understand to give you my honest, point of view is very crucial. So
Because you don't want to say anything that.
Well, the thing is, you don't want to jump into saying something you don't understand. Concluding anything you don't understand. So it's fair point. So loyalty or respect. If I should choose one from people, it's very difficult to pick one and then let the other one go, because I believe they're both very, very important. And first of all, if I should choose, how can you define loyalty? Loyalty, what it is.
You want me to
respect.
Do you want me to give you an explanation?
Yeah, it depends. It depends.
Okay.
Personally, I will need both of them, loyalty and respect.
Sure.
I will need both of them because
loyalty means someone would stick with you through good and bad times. It means they would support you even when things are hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Makes sense.
Okay. That's loyalty. Respect means someone treats you well and values you through your boundaries. It means they would listen to you and don't look down on you.
Yeah, it makes sense.
If I should explain it in a different way, say, okay, you get rich, but people only loyal to you because of opportunities, because of what you can do for them. But the minute the money is done or finished, they know where to be found.
They become different people.
So there are as you say, some people would be only loyal to you because of what they can get.
So for personal gain, someone could be loyal to you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that is something that happens in everyday life. But respect
is earned.
Respect is earned. It's not given. Give me a whatever.
Respect is earned.
Exactly. It's not given.
So
that's a good explanation there now.
Yeah, it boils down to what you prioritize in life.
Fairs.
Yeah. It depends on what you want, what you're prioritizing. If you respect focused, like you want the people surrounding you, people to show you respect every here and then, you do things that can earn you that.
Yeah.
You don't force it on people. And when people respect you because you've genuinely earned it, they can remain loyal to you. They can.
They can.
But people change. Things
True.
happen. Circumstances change, and it can affect people's loyalty towards you. It could be, supposing you're a leader or a leader of a group or whatever, and you earn your respect, all right, and people are loyal to you and doing what they have to do, and everyone feels safe. But the moment you start fumbling, start not paying attention, caring so much about the people, just know that loyalty, that level of loyalty they have to you is gonna start decline.
Fairs.
Gradually it's gonna start fading away, and people will start having second thoughts about your leadership or whatever you're doing to them, and they may decide to be loyal to you or not, to move on or not move on. So when you look at them, both of them are really important, but respect is a big thing here. And as a human, it's very difficult to actually be consistent with all of them.
Yeah.
It doesn't
But would you say
settle easy.
would you say love has a part to play in it as well?
Well,
When I say love, I mean in general.
in general,
In general.
like in general,
Like love for your friends, love for your partner, that type of love.
yeah, I think when it comes to relationship is another different level of
I'm
loyalty.
telling because
Yeah.
someone can love you but not respect you.
Yeah, it happens. Like I've seen things like that before. Someone can love you, can show that they love you, but the respect as you are expecting it might not be there.
Yeah.
But it goes vice versa. It's like you could get either more of one of those
One of
two
them,
elements,
yeah.
either the respect or the loyalty.
Yeah. They can be loyalty but not love you. And not respect you as well.
It can happen. Someone could devote himself to you because you've done something for them, and they will be loyal to you no matter how you treat them,
Just because of what you did for them.
just because of what you did for them. And it doesn't necessarily mean they love you to death or they love you to
Or love you to respect you.
yeah. So they just give you that respect because you earn it, and they promise themselves to be loyal to you because you deserve it.
Yeah. Because you did such and such.
Yeah. So when you
Fairs.
look at it, it's more like loyalty is something you decide, you choose. It's more, you either want it to give it, be loyal to that person or not. It's something you have full control over. But respect is more of, you can't give it just like that. You have to examine a lot of things. You have to look at so many things, consider a lot of things. When we're talking about maybe in terms of relationship, you have to look at whether things are going well. The person, your significant figure, gets back to you in a way that show respect, and then automatically you're also gonna give that respect back. You're gonna retaliate it naturally. It's gonna flow between you. But the moment one is, not there, one is not putting the effort to give that respect, there's no way there is gonna be balance.
Fairs. Fairs. So what would be your answer? The loyalty or the respect?
I'll go with both because to me, I need both. Like the two of them are really important.
That's understandable. That's understandable.
That's really important.
Have you ever stayed with a friend or with someone out of loyalty, even though they didn't treat you well?
Well, it happened before. Yeah,
I think everyone
has been through something like that before. Because
most definitely,
yeah. People can treat you well, or they cannot treat you well. Not because of how you are to them, not because of who you are to them. I believe it boils down to what they want, their interest, their personal, what they're running after. So you mentioned earlier, if someone wants something from you, no matter what, they can make themselves to be loyal to you because they are after something.
Right.
Just to prove to you, okay, they are very loyal to you. They devote themselves to you. Yeah.
So, have you ever respected someone's work but didn't trust them as a person?
Can you come again, Chris?
Have you ever respected someone's work but didn't...
Someone's work?
Yeah, but didn't trust them as a person?
Well, I'll leave that to you if you ever experienced that.
Oh, let me see if this is a good example. I'm just trying to reference. Let's say someone is coming to do some work on your house, but you have to let them in. But you don't trust. You have to go. You have to go somewhere, but you don't trust them to leave them in your house because they might be good at their work, but you don't trust them to leave them by themselves.
Yeah,
I think that's one way of looking at it.
Yeah, when we look at it, that aspect it's normal. It's normal because you don't know who you are coming to your home.
I've experienced that before.
Yeah.
When I was doing plumbing, obviously I just started and the lady wasn't. I went with this other guy to do some work on the house, but the lady didn't know me, but she knew the guy, but she didn't trust me working in her house. So I was literally had to stand outside and just freaking hand tools to him. But I was quite fine with that when I said, okay, let's work for me to do.
That's it. Totally fine because you cannot force somebody to trust.
But then I didn't understand because she doesn't know me. Anyways, so
yeah, I believe trust when we talk about trust is a big thing. It's a big thing, and it's more of something you can feel. It comes within. That's my personal experience, though, because you meet people the first time you see their appearance, then you start feeling things about it within yourself about them. So it's very, very basic, welcoming someone, a stranger, to come work in your house or fix something in your home. You don't know the person, but despite not knowing the person, you allow the person in. You're giving that person the respect they deserve because they qualify to do the job. They are the professional, but you might not trust them, which is totally fair. It's more personal opinion, how you feel about the person, but you can't force it on anybody, and it's just a normal feeling.
That's understandable, and I would say loyalty makes people stay in your life, and respect makes people treat you right while they're there.
Yeah, it's that's really summarize it because it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
And as I said earlier, it just like that. Loyalty makes people stay in your life, and because they, you might have done something to them, or they've seen something in you, so they remain loyal to you no matter what happens, and as a result, you keep those people in your life because it's just like you've got each other's back.
Yeah.
You remain loyal to each other no matter what happens. Like, no matter anything that happens to you, I'm there for you. We're gonna walk through it. We're gonna get it done. But the respect side of it comes once that's been done, because you're gonna take it like, oh, okay, despite these adversities, despite all this that happened, he remained loyal. He stayed to me. He came to me. Like,
Yeah.
he was there when, he cried with me when I was in sorrow, when I was struggling with my life. He encouraged me, spoke to me, he showed up, he looked, check up on me. He remained loyal despite,
Yeah.
things going on in maybe personal life or between you. You might have an agreement, whatever happened, but he remained there
Yeah.
to show that he's loyal to whatever relationship you've built together.
You know as well, to add to that, I think like being loyal to someone, it can be it can I would say it goes both ways, bad and good. Being loyal to someone, because for instance, if someone helped you to get ahead in life, that person can use that against you to get your loyalty, and it might make you feel obligated to do what you need to do to stay loyal to this guy, or him or her. What do you think about that?
Yeah, if I understand better, it's like in a simple term, we can interpret loyalty to be something someone will fake. If I get it right, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Yeah, it can happen.
Like they literally helped you with the intention of say, okay, if I get his loyalty, I could get him to do anything. Because remember, if you're loyal, if I help you to reach somewhere, and I said I need you to do this out of loyalty, you're gonna do it because why? I helped you, and you just feel obligated
Yeah, so
to do anything for me.
yeah, it can happen. Not just say it can happen. It happens.
It happens in everyday life, like
It happens because people expect you to give back, to do back what they did to you. So they expect you to be loyal because they've been present in your life. They've pushed you. They've done, they've given you any kind of help. When you look at it, it's like good deed. When you do good deed, it's true. When you don't expect it back to be, to be done back to you, it makes you more fulfilling, more happier. But the moment the moment you start expecting people to show up because you've done something to them, you expect them to be loyal to you,
right.
because, oh, okay, you have been their pillar when they are down. To me, it seems like you deviate and you living, using that loyalty, using that as a stepping tool to use the person, like to take advantage, of their loyalty.
Yeah.
And
I would say a lot of people use it to their advantage.
It's very common.
That's why for me, I rather respect.
So you choose respect over
I choose
being loyal.
respect over loyalty. You know why? Because for me, like I would say, okay, if someone does something for me, that doesn't mean I'm gonna be loyal to them and take anything from them. I respect you as a person. I respect what you did for me, but you're not gonna freaking have me doing such and such because you did this for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be grateful, but I won't have you like give my loyalty to you just so that you can turn me into some kind of a puppet.
Puppet.
You get
like
me?
a slave.
Yeah. I'm not gonna do that. So like, I will respect you. I'll be grateful if you ask me to do something to you for you. Depending on what it is, I won't mind doing it. But if I know that person asking me to do something that might take me out of my comfort zone, that might probably get me in trouble or put me in a position where it might mess with me mentally, I'm not up for it. I won't do it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I won't do it.
That makes sense. You know,
Yeah.
it's like everyone we can agree and then disagree to
Yeah.
one another's opinion, and it's fair that nobody should force you into doing something you're not comfortable or you're not ready to take on yourself,
yeah.
and then give freely. You know, the moment people starting to, you know, insist or, you know, force you into doing certain things you're not comfortable with,
Yeah.
I would say it's not good. It's beyond what we can think as normal. It has turned into something. It feels like you owe the person and then you have to pay back, and that can be very detrimental to any kind of relationship. Could be family, siblings.
You
know.
Talks. I'll let you
Yeah,
finish, then I'll say what I have to
that's
say.
me. That's me.
Okay.
Man, yeah.
You know what? Anyways, I don't know if I want to say that because it might strike a button for some people, but like, I think like parents as well use that loyalty stuff to
Like, you've got to respect your parent. You've got to be loyal. You've got to
like,
abide by whatever. You know.
don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you don't give back to your parents, but some of them can take it and use it to their advantage too,
So to become so demanding.
and pressure their children and make their lives miserable.
Have you experienced anything like
No,
that?
I haven't experienced that, but I've seen it.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, we all see that happening
Yeah.
around. It's it feels like a taboo, but to be honest, it happens a lot in African homes. Yeah, it happens a lot.
Yeah, I was watching this this lady on TikTok. She was say I think she works for about, I don't know the figure, so I'ma just say any number. I think she let's say she works for about 4,000 quid
Monthly,
and
after tax or before tax?
I think she gets that after tax, right? But what she does more than one job to receive all that payment, right?
Okay.
Which is not bad. She's a good hustler. But you know what she does? She sends half of that £4,000 home.
Wow.
Yeah, like half of it. And then she still has a rent, car bills, insurance and everything, which leaves her with about around 1,000 quid.
Okay.
And
So after she pays all her bills, savings and everything, she still get home with around 1,000.
1,000, which is not bad, but I'm saying like her two parents are working. It's not like if they're home and they're struggling. They're working, they're in good jobs.
And they still demanding money.
They're still demanding, but
Support.
that's what I'm saying. They're using it like, we've did this, we sacrificed this for you, so we expect you to do this. And she's sending that home every month, whereas she could have been saving that, because if she could take £1,000 and make it work for the month, imagine what she could have done with that £2,000 that she's sending home.
Yeah, it's sending money home, it shouldn't be any problem, but
No, it's not any problem, but like, it's the amount.
yeah, it has to be done cautiously because at the end of the day, you might end up sending, giving support back home to the extent of your own detriment, like
Exactly. I
destroying
mean, like,
your own life.
I don't like if your parents are struggling and they need help. Obviously, as a child, I expect you to help them. But if they're in good jobs and they're living good, why are you sending that load amount of money home? And people in the comments like, rah, you're wicked to yourself. You need to do this. You need to stop it. You know what you could have been doing with that money? And she was like, I don't care what you guys want to say. My family comes first. I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
family
okay.
family come first, but man, let me
And that's true loyalty, bro. That's I would
yeah,
say that's loyalty used to being used to its full advantage.
yeah, people can take it's easy for people can take advantage of your loyalty. Well, that's what I'm saying. Loyalty, it's good. It's something very strong. We need it in life,
Yeah.
among one another. But it's something people can give up on easily because of how they feel, what's going on, what's happening to them. Is he into their advantage? Is it beneficial to them to remain loyal to so and so? If it's not helping or it's not going to help them, they can turn their way easily.
First.
It's that simple. But talking about giving support back home, it's totally fine. But as you said, some families or parents could, I'm putting a conditional, could go beyond and beyond to keep asking, putting all their burden on
Yeah.
that child to looking after them. It's your right if you have the means to do it, because at the end of the day, your parents they're not going to be there forever.
True.
At some point, you're going to miss them. You're going to wonder. You're going to ask yourself, why am I earning this much amount of money? Like, you have the whole world, but you couldn't even offer your parent anything
Yeah,
while they were
but
alive. But then you don't overdo it because you're so loyal to them, because they're asking you. Because at the end of the day, you could find yourself in a very difficult situation.
but that's what I'm saying. She's in a
where
difficult situation there because she's working hard, doing overtime. Her parents are doing well, but she just feels because they've done so much for them, she's obligated and
Yeah, I disagree with that,
yeah,
in the
yeah.
sense that when the parents are still capable, like able to do their own thing, look after themselves, earn their living, why
I
why
mean,
would you?
I would say 500 quid is okay, but sending 2,000 quid? Nah, bro.
Unless they've got a big project they're working on, which is totally
Nah, she said, she
understandable.
said, she said they're living lavishly.
Lavishly.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna. If I were to be here, then I'll advise myself. I'll advise myself. I could use that loyalty. I will still be loyal to you, but I will start giving you excuses because you can't. It's not right for the child to kill himself for the parent. You can. It's supposed to be the father or the parent who, to provide for that child.
Yeah.
To give him that supportive environment to thrive, to evolve.
Yeah.
But if they are contributing to that child's downfall, I will personally advise myself.
Yeah, definitely.
No, you have to take the hard pill, which is the blue or the red, because you have to cut such
Yeah.
nonsense, nonsense, whatever you call it, nonsense or whatever you call it, because you have to stand up for yourself. At the end of the day, you versus you.
Yeah.
You're gonna be there alone. You came alone. You're gonna go alone.
Exactly.
It's something we say.
Yeah.
So whatever you do to people, you can be loyal, but be mindful to the extent at which you are loyal to people. If you are really, really, really needed, and your action is something that can change a life,
Yeah.
why not go for it? Show your loyalty and do it. But if something that could bring you down totally or put you in a situation where you might not find anybody to bring you up,
Yeah.
then you have to think twice before you make any steps, which is very, very, very important.
Yeah.
Very important.
That's true. So now that we've talked about loyalty and respect, the big question is, how do you know, or us, how do we know who's truly our friends? Some people act real, but they're not really for you.
Yeah, it can happen. People can act real, and at the end of the day, you might find out they are not really, really for you. I'm telling you, it's all around us. I'm telling you, we see that every day. Workplaces, family gatherings. If you go to church, even in the church, it happens. Everywhere you go, we live in it. It's something we live in. It's real, you know. You can call everyone friend,
Right.
but not everyone is your friend. Because that's what I believe. You can call everyone friend, but not everyone is your friend.
No.
And talking about your true friend, it's not something that can be deduced in a day. So a friend could be a random person you vibe with, like someone you casually speak with, and you exchange stuff. You exchange ideas. If you need something, you ask him, they lend you hand.
Yeah.
You can call that person friend. But the moment that person step beyond and doing things that that's beyond the mere friendship you have, that casual friendship,
Right.
where they step in for you when you are in distress or you're in a very hard situation, they hold you up, they are there for you, they're making sure you are good. That's when you're gonna start defining that friendship into something more true friend. It's gonna start like you're going beyond that friendship to be like a support system, like a brother or a sister. But it's something to look at as well,
Yeah.
because
Like,
we can call people friends, but not everyone can be a friend or is a friend. And the
that's
real
true.
ones.
And I think, like, when you're looking for a friend, or if you have friends, there's certain questions I think you should ask yourself before saying, okay, this friend is a real friend. Like, do they check up on you when you're going through something? Like, are they happy for you, for your wins? Or do they get quiet? Do they support you when nobody is watching? Can you trust them with personal stuff and know they won't gossip? And those four stuff are very important as well. Like,
Yeah, I think they are very important.
it is.
Let's just put it this way. This is how I see it. To friendship, relationship, like to mingle with people, be there, being a positivity in someone's, like, people's life.
Yeah.
It should be something we can or we have to examine every single day. It's like how you examine your own self. If things are going all right around you, not going all right, what do you need to do? Who do you need to speak to? What's your next step? What do you have to do? Basically, that should guide us to define who our friends are, or who is your true friend.
Yeah.
So you first of all mentioned about whether do they check on you when you are going through something. I can assure you that someone could do that, could check on you when you're going through something, but with a very negative intention.
True. That's true.
they can hide behind that to know what's going on with you.
Just so that they can laugh after you.
Laugh at you, mock at you, or whatever. It's very common. And you also ask about, are they happy for your wins, or they get quiet about it?
Yeah.
This is a big thing. This is where jealousy and everything comes in. That person, you can have, even your true friend, your good, really, really good friend can, become your enemy in a second because of, personal interest, because of any random thing.
Yeah.
And truly, it's really, really good we ask ourselves those questions, like, when are they happy for you? You don't ask them,
You would know.
but you have to observe.
Yeah,
and then know.
that's what I'm saying. You would know. You
need-
would see it. Like
you see it.
You would see it.
And then you advise yourself accordingly. If you see it's not right, if you see the behaviors and things are fishy, they are not real, natural, if it was fake, or you advise yourself, you start advising yourself, in the sense that you don't find yourself in make enemies, or breaking down relationship or whatever. Just choose your friends wisely, choose the kind of people you want to mingle with, and then step aside and move on with your life. And then you stop sharing a lot with that kind of person. And thirdly, you also ask about whether they do support you when nobody is waiting or nobody is watching. That's really good. That's very deep as well, because this is not really personal. I've seen this happen before. Yeah, I know people who have been more than a friend to in other people's life.
Yeah.
Nobody was watching them, but if you measure the extent at which they've gone beyond, far and beyond, to step into those people's life, it's amazing. It's very commendable. And those are the kind of people you call friend, because you did not ask them, you didn't expect nothing from them, but they stepped in and went beyond what they could, just to make sure, whoa, this person needs help.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, you can relate to that person. This is, wow, out of generosity, out of your kindness, you could call that person friend as well, because they step into a situation to get you out of it. Nobody asked them, nobody is watching them, they're not doing for the praise, but they did it purely from the heart.
Yeah, there are generally people like that.
See?
Yeah, there are a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
And if you meet upon someone like that, you need to hold that person.
You need to hold on to those kind of people.
Person, yeah.
It's no matter what, you might have different perspective, but always try to make peace with such people in your life, because you don't know what life brings to you next. Life is full of surprises. I'm telling you, life is so full of surprises. And I also say there is no set rule to life. No set rules to live life. Life is very random, and you cannot predict everything.
Fairs.
You just have to live it, and then try to make peace around you. Make sure you be good in people's life. Be a positive thing around yourself and other people's life. And when you talk about the trust and trusting people, friends with personal stuff, well, that's very tricky. The reason why I say tricky depends on the environment, the kind of friends you have in your life. If after asking yourself all those questions and you get to a situation, a stage where you don't feel convinced enough to naturally share personal stuff with your friends, you're not doing wrong.
No.
You're just saving yourself from bigger trouble. And nobody can force you to share your personal stuff with them because they are your friends. No, it doesn't have to be so. If you're free, if you feel free from your heart, you feel okay to naturally let it out because you need to let it out because you have that trust in that person,
Right.
then you can go for it. But if you don't force it. That's what I say. Always think twice before you make a step.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Do you think, like, okay, how should I say, like, do you think that friends that we have that are married, do you think, like, if we share secrets with them, do you think they go and spill it to their spouse?
It depends. That's what I'm saying. It depends on the kind of friends you have around you. The thing is, at the end of the day, let's forget about friends. We are all human beings.
Yeah.
And secondly, we have flaws. Like, we're not perfect. Let's forget about friendship title. I'm telling you, it could be everybody. It could be the pastor or the bishop in your church or wherever. They have flaws. They are not perfect.
Eventually,
And
they're gonna tell someone.
eventually, one way or the other, is going to spill. Like, it either spill fully or lightly, but it's going to spill.
But would you have a problem with that?
It depends on the kind of confidentiality you share with them that is being spread.
Okay.
You understand?
Because if they're just telling them their spouse that it's okay, we are all humans, as you said, we have flaws, and at the end of the
Expect
day,
that.
that's their spouse.
Yeah.
But my thing is if the spouse that they're telling, is he or she going to run their mouth to tell other people? That's the problem.
That's when gossip. That's when gossip settles in.
Yeah.
That's very detrimental to what we call in friendship, like any kind of relationship. And if you have such people in your environment, in your life, you think twice, advise yourself. You need to know what you share with those people.
Fair.
And all that brings about trust issues.
True.
Because you've been upfront, you've been easy, you've been open to someone, and instead of keeping it to themselves and trying to help you or guide you and then find a solution to your trouble or your problem, they end up spreading it to someone who naturally, women, they can spread things easily. When I say that, it's a natural thing. I've seen it a lot.
But do you know there's men that gossip like women?
There are gossip men. That's what I'm telling you. There are gossip men.
There's the saying that we always say in the Caribbean. Well, I would say St. Vincent. They probably say it different in different Caribbean islands, countries. But we always say, if I see you coming and I'm taking on the road, at the side of the road or in the grass, I'm gonna sit down on it, because by the minute you see that, you're gonna spread it everywhere.
Naturally, the is gonna do its job. You get it?
Yeah.
Shit that you can never keep in one place. It's gonna spread.
Yeah. So it's
just show that person just being an advocate to the shit to help spread it the more. You get it?
So imagine someone who loves to gossip sees you taking a and they're like, by the next day it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's why it's really, really important. Know the person, the people you mingle with and you call friends. Yeah, because friendship is not a bad thing. And in life, we need one another. Like, I need you. We need one another to survive.
Right.
Human needs humans to survive. You can never cut people out of your life totally. You can never, it's very, very difficult. if you isolate yourself too much, it's in one way you could be looking for peace of mind just to stay in your space to avoid trouble. But you know the people you surround yourself with, and you definitely gonna need somebody to mingle with, to speak to, and then share stuff with at some point. So just know, keep those things in mind, because gossip is real, and
bro,
it's a very strong.
Gossiping is like, it's like,
I would say it's a weapon.
I was just gonna say that, you know, it's a weapon. Like,
it can destroy. It doesn't bring nothing good. To be fair, it doesn't bring nothing good. And in my culture, women are the best advocate. You know, that's what we say.
That's what you got. That's what everyone says. But there are big men that love to gossip.
Yeah.
And you know what we call them? We call them commerce man.
Commerce man. First time hearing that. Commerce man.
Commerce. Love commerce.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird to see a man spreading false
oh my God.
Something you have no idea about.
Gossip doesn't have to be false, you know, it can be true, but just means someone found out the truth and spread it.
No, let me tell you one thing. The reason why I mentioned it could be false is, for instance, when I say something here right now, if you should tell somebody, you're going to interpret it differently.
Okay, Fez.
So that same message is going to change color anytime it goes.
I see.
Spreading it around.
I see what you mean.
So the originality, the authenticity of the message,
it's going to change by the time it get to the last person.
It's going to turn into something else.
That's true.
That's not it. But they're going to make something really, really, really big out of it. And it's very, very important we are mindful about people we call friends. It's very important. It doesn't mean you should not step in for people you think they are worthy enough to be called friends.
Yeah. You know what? Like, me personally, I am an introvert, right? And
you say you're an introvert.
Yeah.
If you're an introvert, then what would I call myself?
Bro, I don't know, but I know you're second level introvert.
No. To be fair, I'm an ambivert.
Oh yeah.
Which
I know that one. You can be both.
Yeah. It depends on
the situation,
the kind of energy you have. Like when I find myself, what I need to do that moment.
Okay. So you're able to adapt.
I can mingle with people easily. I don't have problem. It's so natural. It's so simple to me.
I would say I'm more of an introvert. And you know what? I'm very mindful of the friends I have around me.
Yeah, very important.
Because I've witnessed where friends turn their back on me as well. Like, so I'm very precise,
very specific in choosing who
I have
in your circle,
in my circle.
Yeah, I would say it's a wise decision.
Yeah.
Because the more you grow, the more you become immature. You have to narrow down your circle, the people that are part of your life.
Yep.
Because it's better to have like one single loyal friend or someone you can rely on than to have the whole world who praise you, respect you. They give you their respect, but it could be fake or whatever. It's not worth it.
And you know when you know who your real friends are is when you're in a bad situation, a really bad one, and then you see who's there for you. That's where you're gonna expect. You know what? You see, especially when you're broke.
Yeah, the fight.
Have you ever been in a situation like where you are broke, you don't have anything to your name, and you have this one friend that's walking.
You know, personally, I've lived experiences like that growing up.
Yeah.
It's obviously, I'm pretty sure anybody has gone through something similar, but it's a lived experience.
Yeah.
Because I've been to some place in life where you had nothing, but friends step in for you. You know, they make sure you are fed. They make sure you feel comfortable. They give you bed to sleep because you have nowhere to stay.
Yeah.
You own them nothing. They own you nothing, but they did it just like that. No, it's it's very true what you said earlier. Yeah, because personally, have you been? What was your experience?
Yeah,
in regards to that?
I've had that experience. Like there's this specific friend that I have. Like I was broke, bro, and like he used to walk and I wasn't walking, and
Okay.
the man he would like say, "Hey, bro, like do this and do something with." Like, I mean, people might say, "Oh, a man giving a man money," but like that's what.
Wait, is this something people?
No, I'm just saying that I'm just saying, generally speaking, like there are
Okay,
people that might say that, like, because I'm saying it, but that's a real friend. Like he knew I was broke, and then he still offered a little thing. I mean, it wasn't much, but it was appreciated. So
Yeah.
that's just to show you, like,
The action speaks louder
actions
than
speak
words.
louder than words.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you have to be so careful of the friends you have in your circle.
Yeah, it, it's to me it's called maturity.
Yeah.
If you maturing, you're growing up, you've got to be very mindful of everything you do, the people you talk to, depending on your vision in life. They say if you want to be rich, surround yourself with rich people, mingle with them.
That's true.
So it's just like you know what you want, the quality of the kind of friends you want in life, and then you go for it.
And to add to that, like there are certain, like, you would have, there are certain friends that you have, like, they're just comfortable. They're comfortable being broke. They're comfortable being in a bad situation where they can't even fend for themselves. And you decide, say, okay, you're gonna come out of that circle and find some, what I would say, better friends, people that want better for themselves. Because if you mingle with dog, you will get fleas. You
Yeah,
get me? So
It's simple,
and then
simple as that.
yeah, and then when you separate yourself from them and find friends that want better for themselves and push you to reach to your goals, then the friends that you left behind are gonna be like, oh, rich and switch, bad minded, this, that. But the thing about it, when you, as I said before,
Yeah.
you lie with dog, you get fleas. Why am I going to stay around people that don't want better for themselves? Like,
That doesn't make sense.
you're digging a hole to full a hole.
That's what I said.
Staying with people that don't wanna be better.
That simple as that. That's what I said earlier. It boils down to you, as if you're maturing, you're thinking for yourself, and you know where you want to get into life. Nobody's gonna knock on your head, to wake up. Look at your friend, look at where you're going. No, nobody's gonna prompt you to do that. Naturally, you're gonna come to yourself and then realize, wait, I have great friends around me. They are good people. They love having fun. They enjoy that. They are cheering. They keep the morale high. But then, do they add up to your existing life? Are they bringing something positive?
What are they bringing to the table?
Not even the table. You as an individual, like what is there that you're learning from them?
Exactly.
That is adding up to you. Like, is their action, their way of life, what they do,
is it adding value to your life?
Is it something that is adding value to your life, or is it contributing to where you want to be tomorrow?
Yeah. Me personally, bro, I drop all the friends that love to party. At the age I am, I'm still young, but at the age I am, not saying that I won't go out and enjoy myself, but
Fair enough.
I always say, and I always say this, party needs wants the same thing I want, and that's money. No, I'm serious. You bro, like when I came to the UK, my whole the way I think, it changed.
Change.
It changed. Like,
It's got to.
yeah, bro, I'm defending the money. I ain't got time to go partying, spending loads of money. That same money I could be saving it, and I could probably like my way of enjoying life. I've seen it in a different way. Like, I don't need to go to a party to enjoy. I can go to a nice restaurant, sit down and eat a nice steak or something.
You know, someone somewhere is gonna be like, don't talk for them. If you don't want to go to party, don't go.
Exactly.
Me, I wanna go. You know, personally, I'm not saying I don't mind going to party. You get it, but you need to know when it's time for you to have fun.
Yeah, bro.
You
Like,
need to know when it's time for
Yeah.
you to be serious about your life, and then do relevant things that will contribute or add up to where you want to be. You
yeah,
know,
because you speak, I'll speak after.
you can't keep partying until
You
you
mean
lose
yeah,
yourself.
you mean you tell me bro, I've been going to party since I was about 16, 17, 18. I'm gonna be 28 this year. You mean to tell me I'm gonna party from 16 to till whatever? Boy, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you can't go to party and enjoy yourself, but at one point I just got fed up of it because I was, bro, every pan, like we say in the Caribbean, every pan knock, I was there. I was there, brother. Carnival, Juve, Wet Fete, I was there. And I just got fed up. I just got fed up of it. I was like sometimes, most of the times, you would ask my partner Kipling, like, sometimes I would go to the freaking party and I would be there nodding away. And I was like, why did I even come to this? It's like I was just getting fed up.
Who brought you there?
Yeah, who bring me here? You know? So
You brought yourself.
yeah, so I was saying, nah, man, this at one, and like that's one thing I think, like, I probably might go off topic here, but like growing up, you have to leave children to because I grew up in a Christian home. Like, you have to leave children to make their own mistakes and like experience stuff, because my parents allowed me to go wherever they were Christians. I mean, obviously they weren't happy with it, but they left me. They said, "You're a big man. You can do what you want." They would always give me advice and such. But like some of them went in my ears and came out the other. But obviously, yeah. After a point of time, I just said, "Nah, this ain't for me. I need to drop certain friends. This is not. It's not. They're not adding value to my life, and I need some people that would motivate me. Some people that wanna reach somewhere in life. I don't want anyone that's just gonna be sitting home and saying it is what it is. Things hard and not trying to better themselves and just accepting that it is this and." Whatever, no, that's not.
Yeah. The more you grow and you know, your responsibilities, you know, start accruing, like growing.
Yeah.
Then you start thinking. You start, you know, reasoning properly.
Yeah.
But if you still in that stage where, you know, you're growing, you have everything, and you don't have responsibility, that's when you feel so much distracted. You know, to be doing all kind of whatever you can call, you know, as a pleasure or entertainment for yourself, until you forget about yourself, until you forget about the important things you need to be thinking about.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong, it's good to relax Have fun sometimes.
Yeah.
Very, very important.
Fun is important.
Because at the end of the day, you're working hard, you're earning money. You know, if you don't spend it, you know, in a smarter way, you know, who's gaining, who's losing?
True.
You won't die before you can enjoy the fruit of your labor. You've got to enjoy whilst you're working.
You know the amount of times I went to parties with friends, and when I was finished, I was broke.
It happens.
You know, I had my last $150 Eastern Caribbean dollars. I was like, I don't care. We're going to party tonight. We're gonna drink. We're gonna enjoy ourselves. We're gonna wind up on some girls, and we're gonna have fun. And then when that's over, everyone is going home broke.
The question, what's the point?
What and exactly.
Like it's okay to party. It's okay to spend money to do certain things, but if it doesn't bring anything, you know, so valuable into your life, then I think you should think twice before giving it everything you have in, you know, putting everything into it.
And I think there's 3 type of person in this life. There's the leaf, the branch, and the trunk. Have you ever heard that thing?
No.
Really?
I never had it.
Really?
Yeah, tell me about it. Or you can tell, you know, our viewers to know. Definitely someone I might never have heard it before. So,
bro, I'm sure a lot of persons heard that before. Like, it's there. Like, let me see if I can explain this into the simplest form.
The good.
So the leaf.
The leaf. It sounds like the good.
Bro, look, just look at it. Like, have you ever planted a tree or seen a tree start from a seed and grow? And what happens? Like, what cycle does it go through?
A lot.
Exactly.
Yeah. It first of all, it doesn't grow in a day.
Exactly.
It grows over time,
and
it needs to be nurtured. It needs to be looked after.
Right. And then what happens to the leaves at a certain point?
They need to dry out. They need to die.
Okay. And what happens to the branch?
It needs to keep thriving, or it could die as well, depending on the weather.
Okay. And what is the only thing that stays throughout that whole process of the
anything that stays?
Yeah, what's the, like you said, the branch and the leaves, but there's one thing that's always it's there from the seed, and it grows straight, and it stays there until the tree is the root. My mistake, not the branch. I think did I say the root?
It's the root.
Yeah, the root, exactly.
Yeah.
So do you get it?
I get it.
Exactly.
The root is important.
So that's the 3 type of people. There's a leaf.
They dies out at some point in time.
And the branch.
The branch can dry up and
they would stay longer, but eventually they're gonna leave.
Yeah.
And then there's the roots.
Yeah. The root can be uprooted too, you know that. No. Fair point.
What? But fair point. That, I don't understand, but like for the root to be uprooted, that has to be.
Is that the 4th person?
Bro, that has to be some
angel.
Big damage. That has to be some big damage.
A 3rd-party company.
Something like that. But with everything we've said, it just shows that not everyone around you is for you. Some come for the ride and not the journey.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the journey is where you find the noble, the strongest. You know, those who finish. You know, the ride with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because on the journey, you get to see a lot. You get to know the true color of the people, those you surround yourself with. Yeah, it's deep.
It's deep. And yeah.
No, go ahead.
And my question for you today is, how do you spot a real friend in today's world? And have you ever had to cut someone who smiled in your face but wasn't true behind your back? Let us know.
I appreciate that. Your views, your perspective is really, important. I appreciate you. Once again, thank you for watching. And this is an interesting topic and a little bit controversial. And we appreciate you. Put your whatever comment, your view, your perspective in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe and support what we're doing. We'll be more than happy to accept requests if you've got something really important or a message you want to send out to someone. Be happy to DM, reach out.
Someone will reach out to you.
Or you've got something for us to talk about, which is really important, educational, will add a value to someone or somebody needs to hear, don't hesitate. Yeah, we're here for you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, and we are available on all platforms, and that's Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and the Big Boy YouTube. We'll see you back on the next episode of Join Insights Unfiltered. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And if you don't, I'm watching you.
Yeah.
All right. Peace.
Cheers.